10.
Today, loved ones held a celebration of life event for the security guard shot and killed outside of a liquor store last week. We want to say thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Madison Glassman. Scott Meek was killed after police say a man took Meek's gun and used it to take his life. That man is now behind bars. News 2's Nikki McGee went to that special ceremony today where he was honored. Nikki?
Yeah, Madison. When Scott Meek wasn't working security, you could find him at a local karate studio. And today that studio was packed shoulder to shoulder for the ceremony. His family says he died doing what he did best, which was watching over and defending others.
Very loyal, very dependable, and just a good friend. It's a horrible loss.
Sensei Melvin Brown has trained and competed with Scott Meek for the last 42 years. The two worked side by side at a dojo in Jolton, where they trained others in the sport that brought the two of them together.
He had taught and trained and competed all over the state for 40 years. He in different schools, different organizations, really good reputation and really well thought of.
Family was overwhelmed by the turnout Saturday. They hope others will be inspired by Meek's career.
I want people to remember him as someone who touched so many people and who would just do absolutely anything for anybody, and someone who protected people even when they didn't even know it.
Meek's family tells News 2 his job was a sacrifice, but also a labor of love.
I could not get him to quit his job, ever. He loved it so much. He loved everything he did, but especially his private investigative business. That was his favorite thing to do.
Those who knew Meek best say he died using the very skills he'd spent years perfecting to serve and defend others.
I think Sensei Meek would want the people that see this about him to know that there are people out there every day that their job is to protect other people. He was one of those people.
Meek's family plans to hold a ceremony where they'll scatter his ashes at graveside. They're still working to set a date for that. Madison?
Nikki, thank you. New tonight, the Nashville Fire Department put out a massive fire at a warehouse in downtown Nashville. Take a look at this video from earlier. Nashville firefighters say when they got on scene, this structure was entirely in flames. The smoke, like you see here in this video, could be seen for miles, concerning plenty of people nearby, especially those heading to CMA Fest.
I was scared that we were going to crash or something, like if it got too bad, because once we started getting closer up to the stadium, it started getting worse and worse and worse. And like my main worry was like, because there was a bunch of stuff going around, I was like really hoping that nothing was happening like that. But we ended up being fine. We made it here, but it did get really, really foggy.
The good news here, no injuries have been reported. Tonight, in the wake of a deadly string of gun violence, protesters call on lawmakers to take action on gun control. As ABC's Ika Jockey reports, the group March for Our Lives organized protests in more than 450 cities across the country.
He said everyday shootings are everyday problems.
Thousands gathering in the nation's capital on Saturday, demanding action on gun legislation following the recent string of deadly gun violence across the country.
All Americans have a right to not be shot, a right to safety. Nowhere in the Constitution is unrestricted access to weapons of war a guaranteed right.
March for Our Lives, founded in 2018 after the mass school shooting in Parkland, Florida, organizing more than 450 marches nationwide.
We will not be silent. We will not be quiet until this is addressed.
Protesters calling on lawmakers to take note of shifting public opinion and finally enact sweeping reforms.
We are here to stand with those who are bold enough to demand sensible gun legislation that will help to reduce the gun violence in our communities, that will stop the slaughter of our most precious commodity, people, human beings, sisters, brothers, fathers, grandparents.
President Biden with a message of support.
Keep marching. It's important. Look, this has to become an election issue. The way people listen, senators, congressmen, is when people say, this is going to affect my vote. Too many people are dying needlessly.
House Democrats passed the Protect Our Kids Act earlier this week, a sweeping gun reform measure. But the bill is expected to fail in the Senate, where negotiators are working on a more modest measure. The March for Our Lives co-founder says they're hopeful that this time will be different.
It's honestly really empowering to see that there are other people around the country who want this change and are fighting to make it happen.
Ike Ajachi, ABC News, Washington.
Hundreds of people here in Nashville wanted their voices heard about addressing gun reform. Advocates gave passionate pleas for gun reform at the steps of the courthouse, then marched to Legislative Plaza. Several people at the march say elected officials need to step up and make stricter gun laws.
I am here today as an educator and as a protector and lover of children, pretty much. When we've heard about this shooting that's happened, it completely left me distraught because there are solutions that we can implement.
This past Monday, Governor Bill Lee signed an executive order strengthening school safety here in Tennessee. He does not have plans to talk about gun reform. State Representative Vincent Dixie was quoted saying, "I think this executive order was extremely weak." Happening downtown today, night 3 of CMA Fest is in full swing at Nissan Stadium. Nearly 70,000 fans are singing along with their favorite country artist. Now, we do want to warn you about some flashing lights here, and that is where we find News 2's Stephanie Langston live with a view unlike any other. Hey, Steph, how's it going out there?
Well, Madison, it is no doubt an epic elevated view from the 50-yard line here at Nissan Stadium. And while we are in the middle of the CMA Music Festival festivities, the energy of these fans has not wavered. Tonight, one of the biggest nights yet. Right now, we have Mitchell Tenpenny on a pop-up stage. Luke Combs just wrapped up his set, but also tonight we have Carrie Underwood and Luke Bryan on the bill. The energy and excitement, something the artists have missed just as much as the fans.
Since there hasn't been a CMA Fest for a couple of years, the energy is definitely very wild, happy. I mean, it just feels like there's a lot of joy in this whole stadium and arena, and it's I feel very glad that I get to be a part of it, and it also is it means a lot to me because this is really my stamp of being a part of country music.
What started as fanfare in 1972, drawing 5,000 fans to Nashville's Municipal Auditorium, has evolved into this. Tens of thousands of fans and its 19th summer concert TV special. Elle King will perform on the stadium stage the final night, but is hosting CMA Fest, the music event of summer, airing August 3rd right here on ABC.
Are y'all excited tonight? Let me hear you one time.
Performing the main stage is what country hopefuls dream of. Many of those on stage once sat in these exact seats.
Just getting to be a part this weekend, it's a dream of mine. I remember coming down here when I first moved to Nashville 9 years ago and attending while in college. It was a highlight for me, and so to be able to do this now, it's unreal. I'm really enjoying and soaking it in.
Self-proclaimed quarantine artist Brittany Spencer, the first to take the main stage. To kick off the festival that sat silent for years.
I think I was the first performance after 1,099 days of no CMA Fest. I was the very first performance after such a long stint of us not having the opportunity to do CMA Fest. And so it's incredible. I'm grateful.
And we expect it to be another late night of events that are likely only going to happen in a place like Music City. Reporting live from Nissan Stadium on day 3 of the CMA Music Festival, Stephanie Langston, News 2.
I may or may not have been singing along to some Luke Combs here in the studio. I definitely was.
You, Madison. You were singing it pretty well, too.
Yep, thanks, Davis. That is a live picture of downtown Nashville. It is busy, of course. Meteorologist Davis Nolan is here to give us the latest on incoming steamy temps. Hey, Davis.
Yeah, it's going to start warming up tomorrow and even more so on Monday and Tuesday. Now, it's very pleasant out there right now.